Good morning children. In this video, let us discuss how to factorize the quadratic equation using factorization method. Now let us move on to exercise 4.2 where the general form of the equation is ax square plus bx plus c. Here the middle term is b, that is the coefficient of x, and the product is a into c, that is the coefficient of x square multiplied by the constant term. So now let us move on to the sum. First one, x square minus 3x minus 10. Here the middle term is b, that is sum, you call it as sum, which is equal to minus 3, and the product is a multiplied by c. Here the coefficient of x square, that is a, is equal to 1, and the constant term c is equal to minus 10. So your product will become 1 into minus 10, which is equal to minus 10. So I written over here sum is equal to minus 3 and product is equal to minus 10. Now the next step is to write the factors of 10. So what are all the factors of 10? 1 into 10 and 2 into 5. Out of these factors, I had to select 2 factors over here such that my sum should be equal to minus 3 and product should be equal to minus 10. Suppose if I add the first 1 plus 10, we are getting 11, which is not equal to minus 3, and 10 minus 1 is equal to 9, which is also not equal to minus 3. So I am moving on to the next factor, that is 5 into 2. Here 5 plus 2 is 7, but 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So I am getting the sum as 3 now. Now I have to decide the sign over here. So in order to get minus 3, I am taking minus 5 and plus 10. After taking the sign, you verify whether minus 5 plus 2 is equal to minus 3 and minus 5 into 2 is equal to minus 10. That is, you should get the sum as minus 3 and the product as minus 10. Now let us split the middle term as x square minus 5x plus 2x minus 10 equal to 0. Now comparing the first two terms, x square and 5x, we are having x is common. So we are taken out x into x minus 5, and the last two terms 2 is common. So plus 2 into x minus 5 equal to 0. So my answer will be x minus 5 into x plus 2. Now one more method is there over here called I method, which will help you to verify your answer. How to do this? You are taking the 2 factors over here, that is minus 5 and 2. I will be dividing both the factors by the coefficient of here. X square is there, but I will take only x, that is 1x I will be taking. Both the terms will be divided by x. So minus 5 upon x will be minus 5 upon x, nothing, there is nothing to cancel over here. Similarly 2 upon x, there is nothing to cancel. So I will write the answer as x minus 5 and here x plus 2. Therefore the factors are x minus 5 into x plus 2, which tallies my original answer over here. Here also I got x minus 5 into x plus 2. So this is very good method for tallying your answer. This method is very useful in the multiple choice questions. Now since it is a quadratic equation, you should find out the value of x over here. We cannot leave the answer as it is. So let us find the value of x over here by equating the last line, that is x minus 5 as 0 and x plus 2 as 0. So let us find the solution now. So find the solution. First we equate x minus 5 as 0. So we get x is equal to 5. Next we equate x plus 2 as 0 and we get x is equal to minus 2. We just transpose the values over here to find the solution. Now moving on to the second question. It is 2x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Here a is equal to 2, which is the coefficient of x square. B is equal to 1, the coefficient of x, and C is equal to minus 6. So the sum will be equal to 1 and the product is equal to minus 12. So first let us find the product of that is the factors of product, that is 12. So factors of 12 are 1 into 12, second one 4 into 3, and the third one 6 into 2. Here we have to choose the factors in such a way we are getting the sum as minus 1. 12 plus 1 is 13 and 12 minus 1 is 11. So we are not going to take this factor. Second one, 4 plus 3 is 7 but 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. So let us select this factor. After selecting the two factors, let us decide the sign over here. So we are going to choose plus sign for the 4 and the minus sign for 3 because I had to get sum as 1. So 4 minus 3 is equal to 1 and 4 into minus 3 is equal to minus 12. Both my sum and the products are satisfied. So using these two factors, let us go and split the middle term over here. So it is splitted as 2x square plus 4x minus 3x minus 6 equal to 0. So comparing the first two terms, I can take 2 and x as common and write it as x plus 2. And in the second and third and the fourth terms, I can take minus 3 as common and write it as minus 3 into x plus 2. So my answer will be x plus 2 into 2x minus 3. So let us verify using I method. So what is I method? First I will be writing the two factors 4 and minus 3 and I will be dividing by the coefficient of x square, that is I can take 1x also and 2, that is I will be dividing it by 2x over here, that is the first term. So my answer will be, after cancelling I am getting it as 2 upon x and here minus 3 upon 2x. So my answer will be x plus 2 and the second answer will be 2x minus 3. Now let us find the solution by equating to 0. So while equating to 0, I am getting x plus 2 equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 2 and here 2x minus 3 is equal to 0 or x is equal to 3 upon 2. Now let us move on to the third sum. Root 2 x square plus 7x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. Here a is equal to root 2, b is equal to 7 and c is equal to 5 root 2. So my sum will be 7 and product, you listen how I got 10. I had to multiply a into c, that is 5 into root 2 into root 2, which is equal to 10. So first let us write the factors of 10. 1 into 10, 2 into 5. So I am going to select these two factors because 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. Now let me decide the sign. I am going to take plus 5 and plus 2 because 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. I am getting the sum and 5 into 2 is equal to 10. I am getting the product. So let me split the middle term by using these two factors plus 5 and plus 2. So I am going to write it as root 2 x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 5 root 2 equal to 0. So by comparing the first two terms, I am able to see that x is common in both the terms. So I will be writing x into root x plus 5 and in the third and the last term, root 2 is common because 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. So by taking root 2 as common, I am getting it as root 2 into root 2 x plus 5 equal to 0. So my answer will be root 2x plus 5 into x plus root 2. Coming to the I method, as I said earlier, write the two factors first and divide it by the first term over there, that is root 2 x square. Instead of x square, I am taking only x over here, that is root 2x. first term I can write it as it is, that is root 2x plus 5. Coming to the second term over here, 2 can be written as, please understand this fact clearly, 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. So 1 root 2 is getting cancelled from the denominator and my answer is root 2 upon x. So my answer will be x plus root 2. So my final answer will be root 2x plus 5 into root 2x plus root 2. So for finding the solution, I have to equate it to 0. While equating it to 0, I am getting root 2x plus 5 equal to 0, or root 2x is equal to minus 5, or x is equal to minus 5 upon root 2. Similarly, second factor, x plus root 2 is equal to 0, or x is equal to minus root 2. So these two are the roots of the equation. Now let us move on to the fourth sum. 2x square minus x plus 1 upon 8 is equal to 0. Here by taking the LCM I can see it can be simplified as 16x square minus 8x plus 1 is equal to 0. So my A is equal to 16, B is equal to minus 8 and C is equal to 1. So let me write the sum and the product over here. Sum is equal to minus 8 and product is equal to 16. So let me write the factors. 1 into 16, 2 into 8 and 4 into 4. So out of these factors, let me add or subtract and see whether I am getting minus 8. So 1 plus 16 is 17 and 16 minus 1 is 15. So I am not going to take this factor. Second one, 2 plus 8 is 10 or 8 minus 2 is 6. I am not going to take this factor. Let me take the last one, 4 into 4, that is 4 plus 4 is 8 and 4 into 4 is also 16. So I am going to choose this factors 4 and 4. Now I had to decide the sign. So I am going to take minus 4 and minus 4. Minus 4 will be giving minus 8. And minus 4 into minus 4 is going to give me 16. So now I am going to split the middle term, that is 16x square minus 4x and minus 4x plus 1 equal to 0. By taking 4 and x in the common in the first two terms, I will be writing 4x into 4x minus 1. And the last two terms 1 is common. So minus 1 into 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. My answer is 4x minus 1 into 4x minus 1. Let us verify by I method. So write the factors minus 4 and minus 4 divided by 16x. It is getting cut. So it is written as minus 1 upon 4x and here also minus 1 upon 4x. So the factors are 4x minus 1 into 4x minus 1. Now let me write the solution. 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So 4x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 1 upon 4. Second solution, again 4x minus 1 is equal to 0 or 4x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 1 upon 4. Now let us move on to the last sum. 100x square minus 20x plus 1 equal to 0. A is 100, B is minus 20 and C is 1. So my middle term S is equal to minus 20, that is the sum, and the product will be A into C, that is 100 into 1 will be equal to 100. I am writing it over here and writing the factors of 100. 1 into 100, 2 into 50, 4 into 25, 5 into 20 and 10 into 10. Out of these factors I am able to observe that 10 plus 10 is 20 and 10 into 10 is 100. So let me decide the sign. I am going to take minus 10 and verify. Minus 10 will give me minus 20 and minus 10 into minus 10 will give me 100. So I am going to split this minus 20 as minus 10x and minus 10x. Let me take the common terms outside and simplify further. So my answer will be 10x minus 1 into 10x minus 1. Verifying by the I method. So two factors are minus 10 and minus 10 divided by 100x. So I will be getting minus 1 upon 10x. Here also minus 1 upon 10x. So my answer will be 10x minus 1 into 10x minus 1. So let me find the solution. 10x minus 1 is equal to 0, or 10x is equal to 1, or x is equal to 1 upon 10. And the second 0 is 10x minus 1 equal to 0, 10x is equal to 1, and x is equal to 1 upon 10. So these are the two roots of this quadratic equation. So hope you understood how to solve the quadratic equation using factorization method. In the next video, I'll be showing you one trick how to find the roots of the solution very easily.